Several years ago, in the slave pens of the City of Spiders.
Up, slave! You're about to be sold.
I have a name, slaver.
And why should really care, I'm sure, slave. But what is it?
Gan.
Well, Gan, I'm bored, and the market isn't open yet because of another assassination. So I have some advice for you, given freely. And do you know why?
Oh, do tell me.
Because it amuses me, and because I know it will do you no good. I tell you this. There are 3 things you need to survive in the Underdark. 1, power. If you want something, you must take it. If you want what's mine, you'd better be strong. Which clearly, of course, you are not.
I am not weak. You capturing my mother as she slept is not power. It's cowardice.
Silence, slave. Now, where was I? 2, you need to understand everything in the Underdark either wishes you dead, like I do now, or wishes to use you, and know which and how to best use it to their advantage.
Want to guess which one I want from you?
You and everyone else. In your dreams, low-born dragon scale scum. And finally, vengeance. Lolth demands vengeance. Let no slight go unpunished. And further, not all vengeance need be sweeping. Yes, you can slit the throat of your opponent, but you can also poison their servants, rob their holdings, even curse their home, their pets, their shoes. All acts of vengeance are worthy in the sight of Lolth.
I will take that to heart.
Will you now? A shame. I was hoping my advice would have no worth to you. Oh well. You'll be dead soon anyway. Or you'll be in some dark queen's castle. Something about a sacrificial pit or some such.
Did miss one more thing you need to survive in the Underdark.
Oh, really? And what is that?
Not to get too close while lording over your captors. Thank you for your knife. Since I had the power, I took it. And I both wanted to use you for your blade and exact vengeance. So, you see, you've been most helpful. Praise be to Lolth.
You won't escape?
No, the pens are too well guarded. But you won't live, and that's a comfort to me. When you see Lolth, tell her hello for me. I hope to see her in person one day to give her my regards. Now, what was it you said about slitting throats?
Chafing Armor Podcast Special Miniseries Descent into the Demon Webs Episode 8 Kumo Gassen. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and demonic Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is not a evil slaver from the Underdark. It is Dare. Dare, tell everyone who you'll be playing.
Greetings, y'all. I am Dare, and I'm playing Gronk of Grumpsh, the half-orc cleric of St. Bartholomew and Grumpsh.
Wonderful. And also tonight, playing the character that he was voicing is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, Dido. I am James, and I am playing Gan, the black spell scale fighter warlock who is on his way to say hello to Lolth.
Send my... Lolth, you son of a bitch, I read your book. Oh, wait, that's different. And also with us tonight, being a sneaky boy, is Lee. Lee, tell us who you will be playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee and I'll be playing Corvus Dragonchoked, who unlike the person playing him, is not disgustingly sweaty in a humid house.
Stupid human bodies with their human biologies. I hate it. And last but not least, we have Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Eleanora Dawn, a Eldrin monk.
When we last left our players in this special mini-series of Chafing Armor, these happy few, or should I say unhappy few, had banded together with one purpose: to kill Lolth, the Spider Queen god. They met in a small inn at Ember Falls, and after speaking with Jane O'Malley, the owner of the inn, the Horse Siren, they obtained from her a map that once going into the Underdark will lead them directly from the Underdark into the pits of the demon webs where Lolth resides, and after her injuries from the fight with Falazore is their only chance at possibly slaying a god. You have passed through the entranceway, and you, more than anyone, Gan, feel it as the imperceptible moment when you pass from the material plane proper into the dark reflection that is the Underdark. Things are different here. The lichen on the walls glows with a sickening green. Things move in caverns nearby. In the distance, you can hear sounds that are absolutely from groups of drow taking care of business. Things are happening. What would y'all like to do?
All right, everyone. Where does the map lead us to?
And I have a question for you. Who has that map?
That's a good question. I probably.
I do recall Corvus making a copy of it, but I'm just curious. I'm not. This isn't a gotcha moment.
Oh yeah. I do believe I have that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gan. You pull out the map, which is approximately 100 years old, so it is quite aged and crumbling. And there is a secret path. Now, you know this, again, better than anyone, Gan, that the Underdark, it's not like being somewhere like the astral plane where you're just flying around and barely aging and things like that. But the rules are different here. And what this map is saying is that if you go along a very particular path, it will shortcut you to the demon webs, or at least an entrance to them. The entrance is simply marked on the map as the Weaver's Loom. And it shows that direction going down a path leading out from here.
Okay. Is there anything that is going to be in between us and that point?
So one thing that you do see is that even though you will not be like literally close, like you'll be able to see it, you will be uncomfortably close to the City of Spiders.
Right.
It is where you resided during your time. There are several cities of the Drow, but the City of Spiders is by far now the greatest. The Drow Empire is somewhat in decline in the last few centuries, primarily from infighting of their own kind and the advances of mind flayers and other things in the Underdark. But the City of Spiders, I don't even want to try to say the M one. The correct pronunciation. If anyone knows it, you feel free to spit it out.
You mean Mensa Berenson?
Oh man, give me $1 million, and I'm not going to say that right. If I can't even say Tiger Boy right. Anyway, yes. So that's really the main thing, is that you know that y'all are going to need to be careful when you get closer to whatever the Weaver's Loom is.
Okay. So basically we can kind of skirt our way around things and kind of keep ourselves out of sight-ish, at least.
So that's my question, is do y'all want to try to be stealthy?
Well, Can all of us be stealthy?
Yeah, we can try.
It's completely up to y'all. I was just curious.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, also, if it comes to it, Gronk, you can always just play like you're supposed to be there.
It worked last time. It was great.
I've dealt with the slavers enough that I know how they act.
And Gronk, by all means, you have interacted with drow slavers before, because while they are by no means the only slavers in this world, they are some of the most aggressive. And obviously, because their society permits it, that means that they will actively seek out those from the overworld. So you have had dealings with the drow several times, shall we say, in your quest to free slaves.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Right.
So all I want to know is just as you proceed, do y'all want to try to be stealthy, or are you just trying to move with good speed, or are you trying to do something else?
I would say the stealth and the darkness would be a great ally in this situation.
Let's hope so.
That works for me. I need all of you to give me a move silently roll, and we will see how the party does all together.
I'm going to use my glow-in-the-dark metal dice.
Nice.
It's ironic.
It is ironic. And ironically, he gets an 11.
Oh, got a 19 here.
19, very good.
I have a 20 not natural.
20 not natural, okay. And Corvus, I know you are just the loudest little bird boy in the whole world.
3,000.
I rolled a 1.
Oh man, wow. Well, I do want to send y'all. I normally don't upload my so.
Oh, wonderful.
So, y'all are actually doing a pretty good job. You know, you are being quiet as far as these things go. Also, there is a lot. While you do make echoes, everything echoes in the Underdark. There are constantly like little tiny fights will break out as like different creatures will squabble with each other. This large thing will come out of a wall like in Big Trouble in Little China and just grab something. And so there's a lot of ambient noise. So normally that's not too much of a problem. And that is when y'all come around a corner and the ground beneath you begins to just collapse and give way. There is no Corvus, like even in your brain, like you don't think this is a trap per se. You think this is just the Underdark being awful. I need everyone to make a reflex saving throw.
Would I need to if I'm floating?
No, you don't, Mr. Floaty Boy.
That is a 12 for Gronk.
12 for Grunk, okay.
24 for Eleonora.
Okay,
Nice.
Makes sense for the monk.
29 for Corvus.
Gronk, you are starting to slide down this embankment towards the area below. The rest of you are able to not fall. Obviously, one of you specifically is not falling. And a absolute hail of crossbow bolts come flying towards you, John.
Okay.
Come flying towards you. So I want to kind of simplify this because this is literally like a volley attack. So instead of rolling each individual one, what I would like you to do is to make a a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
Kind of judge some things here.
All right. I'm not sure if that's better than my AC, but we'll see here. Yeah, definitely not. 13.
13? Okay. And what is your AC?
26.
So what I'm going to say is the vast majority of these just clatter harmlessly off your armor. They cannot find purchase against your mail. Which mail do you have again?
Oh, it's an adamantine plate, basically.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And crossbow bolts, while impressive, are just cannot pierce plate armor, especially at a distance. Oh, and this is quite fortunate for you. I rolled a 1d4. One of them manages to shoot right into your neck.
Ouch.
So, first things first, you will take 2 points of damage.
Oh,
no. So you basically are dead now.
Yeah.
But do you have any resistance to poison?
But yes. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. I thought I remember you did.
Yeah. I've got a +5 to my poison save, so.
And remember, you have the ring
Oh, yeah.
that I gave you.
That's true.
Forgot about that.
Also have a ring.
Halves it again, or gives you resistance.
How much was that? What was resistance?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so if I do take some damage, it'll be halved. Okay.
It's safe for half. It's safe
yeah.
for half.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you get on your poison saving throw?
That's fortitude, yep.
Mm-hmm.
28.
So you actually recognize this as a much more powerful type of poison. It's a kind of paralytic poison that is meant to help control the slave population. It'll often be put into the drinks, put into the food, but this is meant to stop your heart. This is not meant to merely paralyze you. However, you have resisted, so you are going to reduce down. You're going to take 3 points of poison damage, and because you have resisted, you feel your limbs begin to stiffen and your wings, like you momentarily lose. I always say you don't literally have wings, do you?
No.
You just fly. Yeah, I'm thinking of the other boy, the other flappy boy. You start to lose your flight for a moment, and then you come off. And below you guys, y'all just see this rain of crossbow bolts coming down around you. Just ding, 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 ding. Gronk, you are sliding down this embankment, and you kind of like come, and you look up, and there is an army. Now, I am exaggerating. This is not a literal army, because I know words have meaning. But this is a large group of armed soldiers. And I would like you to make a quick spot check for me, just to get a feel for what's going on, because you're the first person to see all of this.
Okay. And that is spot check is a non-natural 20.
Okay. So your combat senses just kick in as you're sliding down. Maybe you're loosening your weapon already as you can't help your descent. And what you realize is a lesser combatant would have just seen the armed soldiers. What you can see is that this is some kind of convoy. There is purpose to this. These aren't just soldiers out on a patrol. They are going somewhere. They're escorting something. They're doing something official that is beyond just a military exercise. There are people behind them that are clearly not soldiers. So what I'm going to do is, in just a second, I'm going to have everybody roll for initiative. Lee, I'm talking to you before I roll for initiative. If there's something you want to do, but this is what I do want y'all to decide. right quick is what you want to do. You are extremely powerful combatants, but there is a great many people here, and they may have abilities not just swinging a sword or shooting a crossbow bolt. So if y'all want to try and disengage, if you want to try to parlay, if you want to try to confuse them, I want to give you a chance to start that process, and then we're going to roll for initiative. So, decide.
We don't have time to be taking these guys on anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I mean,
By the way, I was not intending y'all to encounter these guys, but when you roll that badly and they roll that well, this is what happens. This is how the dice decide things.
that one still gave me a 24, but I just wasn't sure whether you wanted to do a D20 or D100 thing or whatever.
Yeah. What was he?
fine.
And also, he rolled a natural. He rolled a natural 20, which again is not a guaranteed success outside of combat. But I always take that into account. And especially with other low rolls.
I
just
think
what would y'all like to do?
We should just try and find an exit as fast as possible. We really don't have time to be taking these guys on. This is a distraction.
Loth is our mission.
What she said.
I love it. That's the T-shirt right there. Okay. You can't like take combat actions, but if there's any small thing you want to do right now before we hit initiative, I'm going to give y'all permission. Their action, they got the surprise attack on you, and so this is kind of like this calm before the storm, and then we're going to roll for initiative.
How good's your short-term memory, Gan?
I'm sorry, who were you?
Fair. I was just wondering if you remembered the map, and if it pointed to this area and there was an exit from that area and you knew where it was and you could point to it and we could all go to it, like now.
Yeah.
Give me a roll. I would love to see how good your knowledge is.
What would this be?
This would definitely be intelligence. If you have a skill that would help with it, that's fine. But otherwise, it's a straight intelligence roll. Dungeoneering would absolutely be applicable.
You could use local and use the map as a knowledge local and use the map, or knowledge dungeoneering and use the map as.
I don't have either of those.
Well, I will not give you advantage, but I am going to give you a +3 just in Underdarkness.
Yeah, plus, I was just looking at it, so.
It's true, you were. But at the same time, there's a difference between looking at a map and moving very quickly through the Underdark pursuit or whatever.
Survival.
All right, so 18.
Okay, so you have a pretty you understood the assignment once you looked through it. You understood where the pathway takes, and you really feel confident, pretty confident that you can get where you need to go.
Okay.
Everybody follow again.
Yeah.
All right.
Or at least follow
everyone.
Follow where I'm pointing.
Okay, hold on.
Follow where I'm pointing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so I'm going to use Summon Monster 4.
Okay. So I will not allow you to do that right now. But
Oh, okay.
I will allow you to start that, and that's if that's going to be on your turn. This is more like y'all deciding what you're going to do. If you want to pull something out, if you want to decide on a plan of action. I'm just giving you like a little hero, little extra breath before the proverbial music starts. Now, everybody roll for it. All right, Gronk, what did you get?
Grunk got a 16.
16, and Eleonora?
16.
Nice. I assume you probably have a higher dexterity, Eleonora. Being a monkey monk. And Corvus.
16.
What?
Wow. Okay, I got to know though, what y'all's dex is?
20.
20.
Rollies! I declare rollies.
What are we doing?
What?
Both of you just roll a d20 and let me know what you get.
18.
18.
Double rollies. Okay. Here's the thing. This is Dungeon Master Homebrew. Whoever wins this next one gets advantage on their first move. Whatever you do, you get advantage on it because double rollies is super rare. Okay, roll again.
Natural 20.
Natural 1.
Whoa. Okay, but you still go after her before, before Grunk. So and Eleonora, you get advantage on whatever action you choose for your turn. And now Gan.
22.
After all that, you still get higher. That is amazing. And I did just a general one for what's coming, but they did not roll as well. So Gan, leading, you see what's happened. You all you all kind of meet eyes, and you make that combat decision. Like, we are not messing with this. But what are you going to do? To either leave, confuse, slow down? You are just so y'all know. You were essentially walking on a higher arc of stone higher up, and part of it collapsed, and that's what Gronk has gone down to. The other ones were going kind of about 45 degrees to you, so they were going roughly in the same direction as you, but they were taking a different path underneath. So they are lower down than you, except for Gronk, who you are on the same level as them. There are multiple armed guards. They are wearing chainmail. They have long swords, and they have crossbows. They have heavier crossbows than most drow typically have smaller crossbows, almost like wrist type ones. These are slightly heavier. And there is a group of people behind them that you cannot see very well, but they do not appear to be like armed guards. So, Gan, what would you like to do?
Okay. Where I'm at now is going to be a lingering major image of myself, kind of like subtly pointing in a direction, whereas the actual me is going to be teleporting 60 feet toward the direction we're supposed to be going.
I love this. So that is going to succeed. What I would like to get is, there isn't a deception check. I'm trying to think of the best one. It's almost like sleight of hand. I want to see how good you do fooling them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is a major image, so there's sight, sound, the whole jazz. So.
Oh yeah, no. So it's going to work. This is more has to do with how good it's going to work.
Gotcha.
Spellcraft, maybe?
I think it really is more about your spellcraft than your sneakiness. So, yeah, I would allow that. And this is wisdom if you have no applicable skill.
Okay. All right. 17.
Okay. So, and y'all see this too. It's very impressive. What you do is you actually have the major image fly in front of you. There's a moment where you cast the spell. The major image is casting the same spell, and it looks like you're like making like a flare of some kind or a defensive spell, but it's just the major image making that, and you use the light of the major image to kind of whoop out from behind and make a retreat. So you think that you have been fairly successful in this. What would you like to do as far as your movement or bonus action?
I'll continue moving in that direction.
Okay, gotcha. What is your fly speed? You may not have that immediately, but it is important.
He said he teleported.
Oh, teleported. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again, I'm thinking flying. No, you just whoop. You are gone, and you have reappeared much further down in the cavern. And you can all see they were reloading their crossbows, and they are bringing them up. You even notice that some of these seem to fire multiple crossbows bolts, which would explain the hail of crossbow bolts. You suspect that might affect their proficiency or damage or something like that.
Yeah,
But
I kind of left them out in the open to hopefully be a false target.
Yeah, well, they definitely are aiming at your false image, so you think you have been successful. Eleonora, it is your turn, and you have advantage on whatever you choose to do.
All right. So I'm just going to face step completely over to where we need to, behind them, over to where he was pointing. Just completely, not even engaging, not sparing them a glance. They are not the mission.
I love it. I love
Monks
it.
are so broken.
So describe to me what that looks like.
Seeing where he's pointing, seeing them, she bats her eyes, and you can tell she just sees them as nothing more than pests, nothing more than a pebble in her path, and steps forward as if she was just walking calmly, and continues walking at her new spot.
Just, whoom. She just is not. And Corvus, it is your turn.
Corvus shifts and Peregrine dives straight toward the direction we need to go.
Okay, so you are just using your full movement to go in that direction?
Yep.
Okay. They rolled very badly on their initiative, by the way. Okay, and you are just rocketing. I assumed you have shifted into Raven form?
Raven form, yep.
Where Raven, yes. And Gronk, the one who is closest to all of these. You're not that far from these guys. You're not like right next to them, but you're not terribly far because of the mishap. What would you like to do?
And so Gronk, looking at them, says, "You're lucky I'm busy," and casts Summon Monster and summons 5 fiendish giant fire beetles in their midst, and then follows along behind Gan and Corvus and whatever the fire elf's name is.
Okay. There is a moment where some of them start re-aiming towards you, like not towards fake Gan, and then there's just this out of the ground as the ground smokes for a second, and these huge fire beetles come just skittering out of the ground, the rocks spraying every which way, and you see as they back up, their formation broken because their brain is thinking shooting crossbows, which are extremely not great for something that's right next to you. And now it is their turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick roll. That is a 2. With a 2, that means that none of them realize that you are not really there, Gan. And so another hail of crossbow bolts fly through the sky.
As soon as I see them fly through that spot, I make the image just pretend to die.
To die? Yeah. Okay, great. I love it. And are we talking like dramatic death?
Oh yeah, just way over the top.
I love it.
The
I love
full
it.
Boromir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain.
Yeah, just standing there, just going as he's pretending to be pummeled by crossbow bolts.
I love it. I love this so much. That is peak, absolute peak. And some of them are actually going for these fire beetles. They quickly they drop their crossbows to the ground and draw out their long swords and attack. Oh man, the dungeon master is on fire tonight, people. Unbelievable. So 2 of them do hit and are slashing into the fire beetles, also poisoning them. You can tell that their blades are also poisoned. But even that does not destroy them. Are the fire beetles able to attack on the turn they're summoned? Or
Yes.
the next turn? Okay.
They can attack on the turn they're summoned. All right.
You said 4. You said 4, right?
5. It's 1d4 plus 1. The level he's casting at, since it's a first level.
Only 2 of them hit. Do you have the damage stats for that?
Yes. It's a bite. It is 2d4. And their armor class is 16.
Okay.
And they have 8 hit points.
Honestly, it probably doesn't really matter how well this battle goes if we just leave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. It's I'm just. So really, the 2 of you together, it was the combination of what y'all did that is so successful. Like if you had just done the image, it would have really helped. But it was the image plus giving them something really definite to focus on right now, which is these beetles trying to snack on them, which has also taken them off the mind of thinking of shooting something with the crossbow and instead of something with their sword. It is also completely the downside of having a large group is that they don't move very fast. And so when the people at the front are engaged in combat, it's not like the people behind are just going to rush past, especially when they don't know what's happening. However, it's not, necessarily sunshines and rainbows. What I would like to do now is I would like to do a very brief skill challenge. Okay, and we're going to go back up into order. Gan, I would like you to tell me what skill you are using to help further evade these people as you're making your way down. And Eleonora, you are up next. After that, Corvus and Gronk.
Yeah, my skill set's not so great. Skills were kind of an afterthought.
Well, you focused on things.
Right. Exactly. I guess I'll just use my move silently just to...
Sure. It's a skill.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, that's better. 28.
28. Okay, as you just through the dark caverns and making absolutely no noise, so that you are helping to further throw out these people while your dying counterpart is making tons of noise. The 2 are working together. Eleonora, you let me know what skill you are using to help escape. You cannot use the same skill unless it's at disadvantage.
Alright, let's see. So, I'm going to use Escape Artist. Would that apply?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Alright, great. We'll use Escape Artist. Okay, so that will be an 18.
Okay, and it is a little bit of a stretch using Escape Artist, but I would like you to describe to me what you are doing to help further escape from this situation.
Eleonora, she slips away, and she's using all of her monk's dexterity, her knowledge of being quiet, to slip around, kind of snake-like, like she's just slinking through the darkness, finding the crevices, climbing if she has to, ducking down, kind of limbo style. absolutely just weaving her way around, staying just out of sight.
This place is a catacomb of stalagmites and stalactites and debris and rubble and strange formations, and you were just making your way through. That is 2 out of 3. Corvus, what are you going to do to help further escape?
They've already used 2 of my 3 good ones, so I guess I'll just use the third one, which is hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will blend into the shadows, I guess.
Now, if you are hiding, you do need to be still in order to hide. So, like, you need to take a position somewhere or something like that. But absolutely, I will allow it. Yeah,
that's fine. I can do that. Because once I'm out of the skill challenge, then I can use my move silently.
Yes, you can.
So yeah, I'll do the hide thing. 40.
So obviously that succeeds, but I would like you to tell me where you hide and what form you are in when you hide.
Well, coming down to land, I would switch back to human form, and then just slip into a shadowy gap.
There is the Underdark is more shadowy gap than not, so you can.
I just hump a wall somewhere. It's fine.
I'm sorry, I thought we had the T-shirt, but now we have the T-shirt. Hump a wall, and it is you have succeeded in this skill challenge. However, I would love to know if there's anything else that Gronk does to help hide or help escape.
Gronk is just simply going to climb up the nearest stalactite and start trying to crawl across the ceiling as much as possible from stalactite to stalactite.
So is this a climb?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love... What is Gronk's strength?
Gronk's strength without his armor is 20, and with his armor is 29.
Yeah, I knew it was prodigious, but I wanted to hear it. So go ahead and give me that climb check. Let me hear it. Let's see it.
So that is a total of 31.
31. So describe to me what it looks like when Gronk of Grumpsh climbs to freedom.
As he directs the fire beetles to attack, he goes up the nearest stalagmite and leaps easily to the stalactite above it, like a prodigious rock climber, and finds every handhold and every nook and cranny and just shimmies up as if he were some type of centipede or millipede scaling across the ceiling and ducking behind the biggest stalactites out of sight and out of view.
And honestly, like y'all are all very engaged in what you're doing. This is kind of the most impressive. That it's just like this. It's kind of like when the Hulk climbs up, the side of a building by just smashing his hands into the wall. Like it's just this, and there's little flecks and everything coming down. Gronk is not quiet, but he's just so effective at moving quickly, and they can't track you. You do lose them. Gronk, as you are doing this, you are the only one who is able to take a quick glance back. Part of it is it's almost like you don't really have a psychic connection with these fire beetles, but like in this moment, you almost kind of do. As you would imagine, they are dispatching the fire beetles. One of them actually manages to kind of like injure one pretty badly. They don't kill any of the soldiers, but one of the soldiers is pretty badly injured. And you see almost through the eyes of this fire beetle as a just beautiful, stark, you can't tell if she's young, if she's old, drow with this just flowing white hair comes forward, and she's wearing these silvery, somewhere between a robe and a dress, and just like a very tight red belt that just is as red as blood. And she comes up to the injured soldier and she pulls out his sword and she just rams it up through his throat, and it comes out through the top of his head. And she stares into his eyes as he dies. And then her eyes turn and look towards all of you as you escape into the darkness. And that's where we'll end! Chafing Armor, Demon Webs, Episode 8. Good job, everybody.
The next episode will be called Mummy. Sorry, Mummy.
I want y'all to know none of that was in my plans, and that's what I love about Dungeons and Dragons. It's all it takes is the right rolls. Obviously, like this group was going to be there in a different fashion, but that's just how it goes. And y'all did a really great job. I loved your choice to disengage. You know, you might have done great against these guys. There might have been 5 archmages behind them ready to take you down. So, you know, I think you probably made a good choice. Speaking of making good choices, did y'all know that we have a Patreon?
Whoa.
We do have a Patreon.
That's crazy.
We have several different tiers open, a great way to support us. We want to keep this podcast ad-free, and the easiest way to do that is just supporting us through Patreon. You can go right over there. Dare, what is that Patreon again?
Patreon.com/Chafing Armor.
Yes, I am sharing silly memes as well as fun Dungeons & Dragons cosplays. But once you join those groups, you can join our Discord. You can take part in different parts of Chafing Armor. And hey, you might even be on the show.
And let me just say that our Dungeon Master does the most incredible cosplay memes, and the prodigious amount that we have for you because of him, you will be amazed. Your money will go to support just an unending amount of entertainment. And you will be so thankful that you have joined us over there on Patreon, because he has done such an amazing job with so many characters.
It's also vitally important because no mattress company will work with us.
That's right. I have shot myself in the foot, you guys.
Shut down of Casper. Absolutely spine-shattering takedown of Casper. So we really could do with the help, honestly, because mattress companies, whoa, nope, won't touch us. They won't touch us. And that's really, really hard.
Absolutely. But until next time, thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you for not killing us.
We'll be right back in just 2 weeks with episode 9, so make sure to check that out, chafingarmor.com. And until we see you, we will roll with you soon.